We are here to share our 9th day of our Italy trip.
Our last day in Italy.
Yeah. So there's some water buses first thing in the morning. And then what is this bridge called again? The
Rolado Bridge.
Rolado Bridge. It was built 3 times. I think the first time was around the 1st century. And there's some gold.
And it rained, actually, when we were there.
Yeah, just tiny bit. It just spit at us. The Venice serves their gelato with some wafer cookie. There's just some architecture there. Some fun. Okay, so now when I think of Venice, I think of, I think of masks. And I was quite surprised. Like, look at these masks. That's what I think of. I guess maybe I read too much novels. And I'll finish that story in just a second. Look how narrow their alleyways are. No cars, or I think we didn't really see anybody in a bicycle.
No.
No.
Just on the main ones, on the main roads, not on the side roads.
Right. Will you stop it? But this is what we saw a lot of.
Blown glass.
Yeah. That was pretty. Lots of them. The fishy ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
apparently they are quite known for the blowing.
Scope. That's what that clock was made out of. Gondolas. There's
so much history in there, though.
Oh, yes. 100%. My phone would just behave. It's not user issues.
And we did notice there's a certain amount of construction going on where they're trying to keep the old looks of the different buildings. And some of them have been starting to fall apart, I guess, and they've been doing a lot of fixing with it.
You guys can't. On this one. Here, this is why I took this picture. There's actually water. In case you guys can't see it, it's right up to there. You see it now? Yes.
Yep.
And apparently I just read that this place would be the one that gets flooded up first. And we're visiting is it the Doge Palace?
Yes. D-O-G-E, Doge.
Yes. So it's got tons of paintings and stuff all over the walls.
All over the ceilings and mosaic floors.
Yes. Look at some of the doors and stuff. Like, look at their walls. Just all full of some sort of art. Now the red walls, those are fake walls. They're protecting actually what's behind it. So a lot of the rooms actually have these paintings up behind it. We just can't see them because of their fake walls. Some nice big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Their fireplaces. Again, naked. They really loved naked men.
Well, not just the men. Quite a few of the women were half clothed too.
Yeah, but all the men are like showing off their godly penises.
Well, they were kind of small.
Like I said, they had to make them like childlike so that the men can show their wives that they were bigger than the average bear. More horrible scopes. Then we got to go in the armory section.
That was the coolest
Yeah.
place.
That's some
Seeing
pretty neat
all
stuff.
the weaponry and all the suits of armor. And there was even one for a child.
Yeah. Because some of those children go in there at the age of 12.
To be squires.
Yeah. Here's one of the armor suits. And actually it's cloth on the bottom and it's this metal
Chainmail.
chain on the inside. So it's kind of neat. I think you got a better picture this way.
Yeah.
And some more bows. Then we got to visit the prison. Oh, never mind, that was still armory. And look, they decorate their shields. That's kind of neat. What is that? It's not blood, guys, because blood doesn't stay red.
No.
And then they even have some modern, if you see, some modern guns coming up. Or it looks like modern, see? Did you see that one?
I did.
You did? They're pretty gruesome.
I was surprised at how many they were able to save.
Yeah. This is pictures from top of the palace there. Oh, look at the points. That was kind of neat too. Again, not blood. It's dyed. Some original art on the walls or on marble. It's funny. I didn't take a picture of the ceiling, but I took a picture of. They did the ceiling paintings in sections. So now we're going to visit
the dungeon.
The dungeon. This is called the Bridge of Sighs. Not the bridge that you see, but we're actually on the bridge.
Yes, when they were condemned to the prison, they had this. This was the final thing that they did before they walked into the prison gates, and that's why they called it the Bridge of Sighs, because it was their last, supposedly their last sigh of free air.
Yep, freedom. Ah. And here's some of the bars, some of the cells.
And they just shoved as many in there as they could get.
Yeah. And I think that was where they put some food or handcuffs. I don't know. We're just guessing. We didn't have a tour guide on this one. We were actually surprised. We got to see some beds in this one. That one had 3.
The beds wouldn't have been very comfortable. They were
maybe
made
it
out
was
of
an infirmary. You know what I'm talking about. A hospital one.
Infirmary.
Yeah. This one had, looks like a study room or something. We were still trying to figure out what this was. And I'm guessing this thing here was a scrubber, because it had a screen in there. Yeah. Look at that mean face. Look at that sad face. And just took a video of the court. Now this one was kind of interesting because I was like, oh, did they do something on here? Like chop off heads or whatever? But the marks go the wrong way, so those go up and down. But who knows? There's another one, the same thing with the 2 holes on each side. Yeah. So then we got to go see the St. Mark's Basilica. And apparently, they've had a few artists come in and a lot of gold painted on the walls and everywhere else. This apparently, the Vatican had apparently taken the remains of the Apostle Mark and brought it to here for burial. I guess it's like in this thing here. And right behind it is one of the most elaborate, I can't remember what it's called. It's part of the altar covering. And I got pictures of it in just a sec. Full of gold, and I think they said like 2,300 or 2,300 jewels. And then they just kind of tell some stories there.
Yeah, each one tells a story.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
It
The
is.
Catholics were sure outlandish.
They wanted everybody to notice it.
Yeah. Yeah, and did I say that they took it from Alexandria in Egypt? That's what they took it from.
Yeah.
But another town in Egypt says that they have the head of St. Mark. Saint or Apostle Mark. This is kind of funny. Like on our trip here, though, people would dig up the apostles or martyred Christians, and they would sell bone parts to others because people believed that if they were martyred, then their bones have power.
Yeah, they thought it would bring them great luck and greatness.
So here's a lot of the old art. And so, yeah, some of Mark's treasures, so they call it, are in this building as well.
Yeah, everywhere you look, the ceiling, you always had to make sure you looked up as well as down and around. Because they had ceilings painted, they had mosaic floors, and they had pictures all the way around the walls, so everywhere was filled.
Yeah. And that's the square.
St. Mark's Square.
Yeah.
It's very, very big. A lot bigger than I expected.
Yeah. And so if it gets flooded, if it's high tide season, we just read, this whole area gets flooded. There's just a couple more there. And we got to go for a gondola ride.
Yeah. But I asked the gondola man. He would not put on the hat, and he would not sing to us. He was a bit of a party pooper.
He was too busy yapping to his other gondola friends.
That's true.
And he gypped us 10 minutes.
He probably had some,
Yeah, no.
coffee time or wine time that planned. We don't know what he was telling them.
Yeah, but we saw one other gondola, and he was speaking Italian, but you could tell he was giving them heck for you're going too fast. You're going too fast. But yeah, it was okay. But yeah, that was our last day in Italy. And the next day, which we'll show tomorrow.
And the last thing we did before we left was we had one last water boat ride.
Oh yeah. We did the boat ride. What else? You got if any of you guys have the inkling to come out to Venice, jump on a water bus. That just gives you some pretty neat.
And they're less expensive than the taxis. The taxis are outrageously expensive. They're water taxis.
Yeah, well, because that boat was used in the tours.
That's true.
All right, talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.